they can get, you know, people engaged with what their friends are buying, and then they can sneak in, you know, advertising and special offers from companies, and that's how they'll make money. So Blippi raised like 17 million bucks out of the gate, and you know, we'll see what happens, but it's interesting to see how they're building the social angle into the experience. And because of how much everything's changed and how willing we are to share things online, so much more than 5-10 years ago, we might actually be willing to register a credit card and show everybody what we're buying. Last one's Addoway, the company I'm working on, because I can go into more depth about that. So with Addoway, what we've created is an online marketplace where you can shop from merchants recommended by your friends. So the way we've really used social media here is we actually built the Facebook social graph inside Addoway. What I mean by that is, if I were to go and purchase, like last week I bought a bathing suit on Addoway. If I were to go and make that purchase, and I choose that I want my friends to be able to see that. If you guys were all friends with me on Facebook, whether I directly sent you a link to follow to go to Addoway or not, when you log into Addoway, you're automatically going to see if you're looking for fashion or whatever it is you're looking for. If I bought something that's of relevance to you, you're automatically going to see your friend Corey bought this and had this good experience. The reason we did that was sites like eBay, as an example, you know, obviously are huge, been around a long time, but the trust there between independent buyers and sellers has been a little bit lagging, because all you have are kind of these ratings from strangers and stuff, and they work most of the time, but there's still some stuff left to be desired. The second reason we did it is that, you know, these online merchants are looking for ways to tap social media to get people to recommend friends and get referral business, and they're not very good at building their own brand, or, you know, the medium and smaller aren't. And this was a way that we could really build influence for these merchants and create kind of a viral effect. And things are going really well so far with that. So some lessons I've learned about building a business from scratch. These are things we definitely did with Addoway that have gotten us to this point. The first is to identify a specific customer base and go after that. That's really hard for a lot of startups, and it was hard for us too, because, you know, we're not that specific. We want to be a marketplace where you can buy and sell all kinds of stuff. But so the customer base we went after was eBay sellers. We recognized we need to get the retailers before we're going to get the buyers. So we went and we said, all right, you know, how can we find these eBay sellers, approach them in a non-threatening way, and get them to start using the platform? And we actually use Twitter to do this. There's all kinds of different directories and things like that that you can do to sort you know, people that are on Twitter and find different interests and stuff. So we ended up locating all these eBay sellers and just started conversations with them. And it was a very tedious process getting off the ground, but you need to do some of that grassroots stuff, you know, to get going. And once we got those people in, then we started building relationships with influencers in the industry, people that could tell other people, people that could blog about it, that could put us on a radio show, whatever. And so we used Twitter again for that too, and just kept building relationships. And that took some time, but once we got there, we had this, you know, initial early adopter customer base that we could service. You know, what do you like about what we've done? What do you not like? What do you need? And on and on. And, you know, Fred specifically talks to every single person that registers on the site. So thousands of people. He's spending all this time connecting with them, because that was a way to really learn. And for these early adopters, they felt like, wow, we're really getting all this personal attention, and it's really, really great. And so we got lots of really good feedback. And from there, basically, you have all these people that want to tell their friends, other like-minded people, other merchants, you know, about this. And on the buyer side, we built different distribution partnerships, like with Google product search and things like that, through the search engines, to drive some traffic in there and start exposing it. So, you know, those are definitely ways that you can get going. The last point is to be persistent. No matter what you do, unless you have just this incredible background, you sold your company for $200 million and all that stuff, you're probably not going to get a bunch of outside funding right outside the gate, and you're probably not going to get a lot of media attention right out the gate. Most likely you're going to face resistance to what you're doing, whether your service is free or not. So you have to kind of be persistent, push through, definitely listen to your customers and listen to people that are more experienced that are giving you feedback about what you're doing. But you got to keep pushing forward, because in the beginning, if you wait 2-3 months, you go, hey, it's not taking off like we thought, it doesn't have any real indication over whether or not you'll be successful long term. Okay, important startup lessons learned. Number one thing, give yourself enough time and money to experiment and figure out what you're doing right and wrong and what the sweet spot is to take your company forward. Otherwise, don't do it. I know you probably hear a lot of rah-rah, you can do it, you can do anything, don't listen